screen off the computer.
Right.
We're using the virtual background. That's all.
It should go live any second.
All
All right.
You guys are like, shut up. We want to run your show. You're the background. Hey, Facebook people. Welcome to Comic Spot today. The important thing you want to know is who are these gorgeous women? And I'm not talking about me this time. I'm talking about the two here. We're going to interview Gina Savage, and we're going to have Christy Miller knock it out of the park by roasting the both of us and helping interview as well. Now let's get to welcome them to the stage. Don't go away, Christy. I need you.
I'm rolling away.
I'm going to do some quick intros here. So if you're not woke, like if you don't know who these two women are, you better get out there and start Googling your fingers off. Whatever you're doing with your fingers ain't work until you know these two.
There you go.
Is that right? Did I get
Yeah.
it right?
Wait. We're co-hosts.
Yeah, we're co-hosts.
We're referring back to our show. We co-host
Paper,
the show.
scissors, rock.
Yeah. Scissoring is the new co-hosting. So we've changed.
Right.
So whenever you see, Gina and I, running with co-hosts right there.
Running with co-hosts. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the name
I
of
do
the
everything
name for
with
a
my
show.
hands. I do everything with my hands. And sometimes they look like they mean something else, but I'm a hands-on kind of gal.
Yes, you've gone
Yes.
digital.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, let me introduce our guests here today. Today we have the host and co-host both, and the author of the starter of her own podcast with JC Best on a regular. We got Christy Miller. She has opened for Dice Man. Yeah, she's opened up.
Hey, sorry.
And many more other people. She also co-hosts a podcast with the lady in the other square, Gina Savage. Both Christy Miller and Gina Savage have lunch money. It's hilarious.
Thank you.
Subscribe to it. So,
Aww.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I get to know this amazing person who's a veteran of the comedy world and television. Our Miss Gina Savage is a veteran New York talent booker and producer. She's worked at New York's Carolines on Broadway, New York Comedy Club, Boston Comedy Club, Broadway Comedy Club, Comix with an X. I have an X. I'm a comic. Does that count? No. Greenwich Village Comedy Club, and most recently Westside Comedy Club. Holy crap!
Holy hell in a handbasket.
That's
and three of those clubs were owned by Al Martin. Talk about
Only three?
Talk about a workload.
Only three?
Only three that we know of.
Right.
He had one in Florida too at one point. Shout out to Al for employing me. Yeah. Most recently Westside Comedy Club, and due to COVID and other reasons, I'm in Florida and producing here now.
I love Florida. My God.
I'll get it.
But I don't even know where this blankety blank phone is.
I'll get it.
That's all right. It was
Caller. Do we have a caller already?
Caller, are you there? Caller.
Caller.
Caller, are you there? Caller.
Booty call? Gotta go.
But look at it this. But look at it this way. It was a good way for us to get a really close shot of Linda's tits.
Yes.
Yes.
She's a Vegas girl, so
she is.
Yes, and I prance around in prom gowns so I can get some 69-year-old attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm coughing up these days.
Hey, in my neighborhood, we call that Casual Friday.
Tell everybody about your neighborhood.
30 p.m.
Yeah. Your neighborhood has changed.
It's a lot
during the COVID. Yeah,
she's a lot. She's become a mess. she's been too many things to too many people all at once during the pandemic. I live in Hell's Kitchen in New York City, which for a while turned into Martha Stewart's kitchen with all the figs over there. Jeez. So, you know, so it was like, it's fun because you're like, yeah, flower beds, you know, and like gay guys walking dogs that are like this fucking big, you know, like what the fuck is that thing, honey? But there's no dogs allowed in my building, so I just shove them in there and go inside. Whatever, this is bullshit. So now, since the pandemic has hit, it's a shit show. It's become Hell's Kitchen again. All the homeless live better than I do. Fuck you. Fuck you, you crackhead fucking schizophrenic piece of shit. You live in the fucking Four Seasons. I'm sitting here in my shitty old pre-war building with the fucking ceilings falling down. And fucking, you know, like,
you couldn't tell by that
motherfuckers are all living like fucking. Yeah. Hi, I'm in their lobby now.
Yeah. I'm in the adjoining.
This is in 1.5 Seasons hotel.
A Four Seasons thing. Oh my God. But anyway, your neighborhood is out of control now.
Yeah. So I walk with I have new jewelry, the brass knuckles, and I have a taser in my right hand. So I wish a motherfucker would. That's how I walk down the street now. Because I've been,
yeah.
It's fine. It's fine now. Like, it's gotten a lot better now. Now that things are opening back up, the crazies have someone else to bother instead of us. So it's good.
I used to walk around with my keys like this.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Just, you know, that's how I have to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
In New York.
I wish somebody would come at me. I will knock them the fuck out. I'm so pissed off about this COVID and all the bullshit around the election. I got some angst.
You know what,
Yeah.
Linda? I'm gonna fly. Gina and I are gonna fly out there and do a special lunch money Vegas version, and we're gonna film you in a prom dress down Las Vegas Boulevard, beating the shit out of people. That would be the hottest thing, right? We should
Let's
do this.
it.
Let's
I want to go. I
Let's
was
do
just
it.
telling
I want to
my
go
friend
too.
Celeste. My friend Celeste is out there. And,
I live at extended stay, and you can both stay here. You can have the bed. I'll get a rollaway.
Extended stay. That sounds like a retirement home.
We've extended your stay.
You
have to stay. We've extended your stay.
Your kids are waiting for you to die so they can collect the money. So we're going to extend your stay.
We're extending your stay. I
Just my luck. If I'm going to get something that's extended, it's going to be a stay.
Yeah.
I know, no loan extension, no penis extension, no hair extensions. The white girl weave.
Okay, let's get to Gina. Let's get on some questions about your life. You were born and raised right in Manhattan, New York. Oh my gosh.
I was born and raised in Manhattan. I'm a Jewish girl, unbeknownst to many people. And I was born in St. Vincent's Hospital, where my mother was surrounded by nuns and she thought she died. But she gave birth to me. So there you go.
Did she know she was pregnant, or did she think it was an exorcism?
Yes.
Well, in my mother's case, in this case, she actually did know. She did know. And what a delight I've turned out to be. Yes, but I'm a native New Yorker, and was an aspiring actress for many years, Performing Arts High School, NYU Circle in the Square Theater School, HB Studios, all that kind of stuff. I know every teacher, every instructor.
Wow, you're a wealth of information.
And
Christy,
I worked with Meryl Streep. Look, I'm whispering. I worked with Meryl Streep, the one and only Meryl Streep.
Oh my God.
When I was 15. Okay, moving on.
What was that like? No, we're not moving on.
Oh, really? I was 15. I had just done an off Broadway play called Playing Dolls, which was written up in the New York Times. I'm talking about resting on your laurels from when you're 15. It was amazing because, you know, she was, even then, I think Kramer, this is about how far back it went. It was Kramer versus Kramer was out. And I knew, like, everyone was, they were on that Meryl Streep bandwagon, and I just felt like, wow, I couldn't believe I was in the company of such talent. Yeah. So, I mean, I had very early rumblings of maybe making that a career, but, life takes twists and turns.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So after being around the business that way, then what else transpired in your life before then and now?
Okay. So in a nutshell, I think I was in my early 20s when Dice Clay was like the man on the scene in comedy. And my ex-husband, yes, there's an ex-husband, but he thought I was funny, and he thought I could be the female Dice. Not really, but I was doing the thing with the cigarette. I was trying to be all slick like that. I remember my first joke was about cooking a turkey. I can't believe it was once dead. I mean, it was once alive. I'm fucking up that joke already. It was once alive, and I'm cooking this beast. But I studied at the. I know, really. I wish you have to shade. Just shade me right now. It was so horrible. It was a horrible joke then. It's even worse now because I couldn't even tell it. But the point is this: I studied at the world-renowned improvisation with a man named Marty Friedberg. For people that are in comedy, they know who I'm talking about. Yep. From like 100 years ago. But I was a kid, really, in my early 20s. And I studied with him. And then I moved to Florida, came back after the marriage didn't work out. I had read a story about Brett Butler, who had gone through many things that were very similar to my life, substance abuse and drama, blah, blah, blah. But the comedy was always there. And my friend happened to be working at Caroline's at the time. And I got a job hostessing at Caroline's. And thus, from that point on, a career, I liked what I was doing. I liked being around these entertainers. And I felt like I was one of them. But I was working the industry side, and then from there, I worked at the Boston Comedy Club and started booking talent there. And then from there, I worked in television production for a little while. Believe it or not, transportation coordination for shows like The Apprentice, The Contender, The Cut, a number of reality shows. Then I worked in real estate law for 5 years. Then I started working for Al Martin. So then there was Broadway Comedy Club and Greenwich Village Comedy Club and New York Comedy Club, and then Comix, and then finally landed. And this is over a 20-year period. So there'd be 3-year stints here and there. And then finally landed working for friends who I love dearly at Westside Comedy Club. Right now, unfortunately, with COVID, most of these places are not open. And so I came to Florida, where I am now, working with another venue and producing shows at a place called Gatsby's Joint in Fort Lauderdale.
Wow.
And it's good. Yeah.
What a life. What a life. It's like a one-woman play, huh, Christy?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot in there, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She did a one-woman
But I worked
play.
very hard.
What's that?
I worked very, very hard. Obviously we know that the comedy business is not an easy one, and to maintain your integrity and the things that go on, it's a difficult environment, in many ways. But I love producing shows. I love talented people, and but I vacillate between two worlds, right? I'm in recovery. We co-host a show called Lunch Money.
Yes, Mondays at 12 noon.
Mondays at 12.
Because there's more than one noon, so I have to say 12 noon.
But I'm in a recovery world, and I'm in recovery, and I'm in comedy, and so both of these places are not the hotbeds of mental health, and yet somehow I have to kind of stay balanced between them, and sometimes you lose your balance, but you get back up again. That's my story.
So talk to us about all of the things. You were talking before we went live, before Christy got here. No, you weren't late, just before you got here. And the thing is that we were talking, and you became a unicorn to me with how you look at producing a show. Can you tell people what all your heart is about producing a show? It's a unicorn thing.
Okay. So I actually get teary So don't say anything, Christy, because I actually get teary. Okay.
Can't see my face. Can't see my face.
My earliest childhood memories, right? And okay, so I remember as a kid, my grandparents, my mom would say, "Oh, you're such a little actress," right? So that's what I thought I was supposed to be. I didn't really think I had a choice. I was told I was a little actress. So from the time I was in like from first grade or whatever, I wanted to put on shows. So being in them was fun, but putting them together was more fun, like constructing it, getting everybody together and telling people what to do, right? Being the Leo that I am, right? I had to make it work my way. But the bottom line was I thought about it over the years, and this is what we were talking about. It became less important to be in front of the camera, although I'm quite talented. But it became less important to be in front of the camera as it was to put on a show, to put people on a show that you like and respect their comedy. Sometimes that doesn't happen. But in my case now, certainly having the autonomy to produce shows that I want to produce with the people that I want to use on these shows is putting together a really great show and ultimately making people laugh. That's it. The business part of this thing is whatever the business part of this thing is. I've never been really good at that. I'm great at putting on a show, and I'm great at being involved with the people that put on the show in a professional manner. I just want to put on good shows. And, I don't like the business so much as I like putting on shows. That's it.
Oh,
you put such a heart into the producing of a show.
She does. She does.
I do. I care about people. I do. I care about people. I care about the shows. I care about the quality of the shows. Like I said, sometimes, here's the problem with business, right? Businesses are in business to make money, right? Yes. That's what people want to do. You know what that adage is where like, if you love what you'll do, you'll make money at it. Well, that really hasn't been my experience, but you know what? I'm still healthy enough that, maybe this chapter in life, that will change. I love what I do. I love what I do very, very much. So hopefully, we got this lunch money thing going, and that's a lot of fun.
It's a hit.
Well,
it better get picked up. It needs to go on live. It needs to go on a network. It's so good.
Well, my goal with both of my podcasts, with Christy Unleashed with JC Best, that's on Governor's Radio right now, Wednesdays at 9. And we have Lunch Money that's on YouTube and Facebook Live, Mondays at 12 noon. My goal for both is to get them on.
Get them where?
On Sirius XM or Spotify, either one.
Wonderful.
So I have big goals for this stuff. I don't speak much business because I'm not good at that either. But I visualize things and then I just go. I've always carved out my own route. I've never been conventional. No one's ever known what to do with me. Only like Paul Mooney and Dice Clay are the only ones that really knew, okay, we got something, we're taking her. But everything I've done on my own, I don't have any representation. I've never been able to because either they just don't get who I am. So I'm just making my own route. So I already visualize the goal for Lunch Money and for Christy Unleashed. So I'm just barreling forward through it. Yeah, and I just visualize myself in the Terminator when it explodes and he comes out of the fire unscathed. That's me barreling through all the obstacles in this bullshit industry to put out what makes me happy and what makes me smile and something that's authentically me with these two shows. I mean, Gina is one of my best friends in the whole world. Yes. I mean, she's, when I was at a downtime after leaving Paul Mooney and working with him when he got very sick and the vultures came in, it really broke me. Like, it really broke me where I was going to quit stand up. And Gina said, nope. She scooped me up and she made me get back on stage. So that's my girl.
Thank you. Thanks. Well, I mean, that's it. I mean, this is the thing with this business is the highs and the lows, right? Because it's such a bipolar business. 1 minute you're here, the next minute you're here. Then I just really just wanted to just be balanced in general with all aspects of my life. I think like there's something, I don't know. I think innately I have just a sort of earthy, organic way about me that like I can't get too, because I've now seen, I guess maybe it's just life. Like life has hit a certain point where I can't get too excited. We were talking before the show about things that happen. We schedule things and then they get canceled or whatever. I just had that experience. And my first thought was, oh, I had this opportunity to work with someone and now she can't do it. So now I have to tell the owner of the club, like, this is not going to happen. And so I gave him options and he was like, you know what, keep the date, produce something else in that date. And here's another date on top of that. I mean, what, how does this even happen? So
because you're you and you're authentically putting your positivity forward into this project and you're not putting anything negative or any blocks up. You're scissoring, you're co-hosting.
Oh, that's right. All about the hands.
Yes. Hands.
Hands.
Hands
To
to you.
share, by the way. She's a share, Christy does share.
Yes.
But yeah, I get the share thing too once in a while.
Yeah.
Take me home. What?
Well, Cher was my first joke I ever wrote on stage. That's how I got on stage, was because of Cher. So if you hate me, blame her. But,
Yes. We actually thought about calling the podcast The Two Shares, didn't we? At some
no,
point?
it was Cher and Cher alike.
Share and share alike.
Woo!
Oh my gosh. I have a pro bono joke that I do. Pro bono's the punchline. I love it because it brings up Sonny and Cher,
Well, I love Vegas for the fact that there's a Sonny Bono statue. That's
where's it at? Where's it at?
My friend took a picture of it and sent it to me when he was visiting.
I want to find it and go take a picture of me having that statue between my legs.
I think it's in Vegas, or maybe it's in Orange. Yeah, Sonny's boner. Yeah, Sonny.
Oh,
yesterday my life was filled with rain. Hey, and today it's really fucking cold. Woo!
Have you ever met Cher, and has she personally talked to you about your impression of her?
No, she would probably put a restraining order on me because I worship her so much. No, I've never met her. I've never met her.
Is it an impersonation or impression? I get those two mixed up.
It's both. I just do her because like I was doing karaoke, this was like 100 years ago in LA, and it was a gay bar in the Valley, and they did karaoke night, and we did a comedy show there every week. And so I was there for karaoke, and I would always do Cher for the gays, because, got to keep them happy. And it's a hit. And this one queen came up to me after I got done singing, and he goes, oh my God. He goes, you do her so well with such praise, and so you don't make her kooky or goofy or cartoony. He goes, you actually do her. I said, well, I do because I love her, so I'm gonna do her the best I can. And he goes, have you ever met her? And I said, no, I would die. I think I would melt into a pile of glitter if I met her. He goes, well, I was one of her 5 assistants. He goes, I worked with her for a long time. He goes, she would fucking love you. You have to be, she has to know you. And I said, well, bitch, call her up right now, you homo, and put the hoe on the phone so mama can meet her actual separated at birth daughter. I was the daughter she never had. And Chaz.
We started to do this thing. I had this is how Christy and I connected. It's so ridiculous, but it goes back, a few years ago. I said I guess maybe we talked about Cher or something. And then, because I'm going to make you do the thing that you did when we met, right, Christy. But of course I am. So
this wasn't when we met. This was like well into our relationship.
Right. But it was in the early, we were, I think. Yeah. But anyway, so I have this dream. Who dreams this? I have this dream. I mean, it's of Cher, but Cher is an owl in the dream. And what do you do, Christy, when I tell you that?
Oh, who? Hey, who? Hey, who? Who? Chaz. Oh,
it was like, Chaz, who?
Chaz, who? are
I know, it's
you,
crazy.
sweetie? Are you a boy or a girl? Ooh, LL. I'm an LL.
So now we send owls to each other all the time.
Yeah.
But it was all because of Cher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, share.
Such
Again.
a silly, girly thing to do, but that's what we did.
Yeah.
I went and saw Sonny and Cher in Portland when Chastity came on stage at 2 years of age.
Oh,
So adorable. So adorable.
When she was so miserable and those little mini Bob Mackie separates just staring. I wish I was a boy.
One of these days.
Why couldn't these be camouflaged? Why couldn't these be fucking Levi's jeans, Mom? I'm horrible. I'm a horrible person.
That was a gender reveal that really set the world on end. You know, that was she was way ahead of the curve on coming and letting us know that she was going to be who she felt she was on the inside.
Yep.
That was not a comfortable thing for her at all.
no, that wasn't. Not now, not like Bruce Jenner, who's now Caitlyn, and we just hopped on that. Like, boom, Caitlyn, the end.
Well, Chastity
Right?
kind of like the forefront, and she did a whole documentary documenting her whole transition. Like there was a whole it's called Becoming Chaz. It's very intense. You know, it's like her going through all the therapies and all the operations and all that stuff. And who knew that she had, and then, you know, she went through all this to bring out her inner Louis Anderson. Hey, lady.
I wish I had shade.
Oh. They should do Freaky Fridays, Chaz and Louis Anderson.
I don't know. I thought Chaz was looking pretty good these days, but that's
He
just
does.
me.
No, he does look really good.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Turned out really handsome.
Yeah.
But,
Good going,
shit,
Chaz.
I'm going to be late to where I have to be, so I have to sign off.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too. We're
And,
wrapping up anyway, so
Great. And on my end, Linda is frozen like this.
yes, Linda, where'd you go? Wow, I love that she's frozen in laughter.
Yeah, and she's gone. Now it's just us. We're live on Linda's Facebook page without her. Bye, Linda. We've taken over. Woo! This is
Hope you learned something. Let's plug lunch money.
Yeah, this is
Plug lunch money and we're out.
let's just do a show.
I have no news. Oh, except the 2 dates at Gatsby's. That'll be the 5th and the 17th at Gatsby's joint.
Yes.
All right.
All right. This has been Linda's lunch money.
Linda's show. All right. Peace.
We've hijacked it. Love you.
Love you. Bye. Bye.